It's the Slam Dunk.
Okay, it's the March massacre. It's the killer poll and the killer blow for Luxon. Labor, after doing nothing, has moved ahead of National in the latest Courier Taxpayers Union poll to be at 34. National's at 33. And crucially, with the movements in the other parties, Labor, the Greens and the Māori Party are in a position to form the next government. Should an election be held today, and based on these results, it is remarkable. Labor, Greens and Māori would have 62 seats. And the National Party, ACT and New Zealand First, would be 58. It would be all over, folks. It'd be a one-term wonder. MMP elections are really, really tight. Do not underestimate how tight they are. You need every advantage. And Luxon, to me, is now looking like a massive electoral liability for National. And his MPs already knew that this would only confirm in their minds how bad the situation's got. This only confirms in their mind, this poll, only confirms that they knew it was bad. This confirms it. And it's getting desperate. No matter what Luxon does, the phone, as I've been saying now for months, is just simply off the hook. And look at this. This tells you everything. Hipkins has overtaken Luxon as the preferred Prime Minister. Check this out. Look at that. Hipkins is 20.7. Luxon has fallen to 20.3. So the lines have crossed. See that? Winston is 8 and rising. This should be Luxon's year. The first year after winning office, he should be riding a wave of confidence like John Key did and Helen Clark did before him. They were having a fantastic honeymoon. It went for a long time, except the economy here has been poor and going backwards, and people have been leaving the country, and Luxon has stumbled around looking for some kind of silver bullet and looking more incompetent and clueless each time he lunges at something that might help his cause. Seems to fumble it. Matthew Hooton told me last week that he was the worst Prime Minister he's known, including Jacinda Ardern. Look at this.
He's worse than Jacinda because he's no better than her when it comes to economic policy.
And commentator Ashley Church said he'd be gone by Christmas.
I think he's on borrowed time.
You think he'll be rolled? You think
I do think he'll be rolled. Maybe not in the next couple of months, but I think but before Christmas he'll be gone.
So for Luxon, the writing is more than on the wall. This is more than just a wake-up call. They've had the wake-up call. This here is confirmation that the guy's not popular. And it's really only a matter of time, isn't it? He's been at his high tide mark, and now it's going backwards. The trend is everything. David Farrow will tell us this shortly. He's joining us shortly. But the trend in politics is everything. Is it going down or is it going up? It's been going down. And National MPs will find it completely inexcusable that Chris Hipkins is now head of Luxon. What's he done? He's done nothing but bide his time and keep a low profile. And that, in that sense, he's probably done quite well. With the Conservative movement gaining some momentum around the world, National should find this unacceptable and inexcusable. Luxon simply hasn't resonated with the New Zealand public at all. He's wealthy. Now, there should be no problem with that. But with that, he's appeared out of touch, cold, and not overly caring. And he lacks a form of empathy and vulnerability needed to hold this job. But perhaps more than that, New Zealanders are still going through really, really hard times. We are still in recession and unemployment is rising. It's always the economy, stupid. There was Bill Clinton that said that. It's the economy, stupid. And Luxon has arguably, this government's driven us further into recession. They certainly haven't taken us out. The tax cuts and the tax breaks for landlords have done nothing for the economy. Now New Zealanders are sending him the message that you promised so much, mate, and you haven't delivered. You have delivered none of it. Indeed, you may well have made it worse, is what people are saying. It's not good enough. Sure, he's had no honeymoon and he's barely been given a chance, but that's politics. Keep expectations low, and then if you ham them up and don't achieve it, then you pay the ultimate price. He's the corporate PM, but New Zealanders have always been a bit suspicious of corporations and corporate life and corporate, you see. Now National MPs must decide how to do this, and it could take some time. Or will Luxon simply say, it's all too tough and walk away? It will take some time. Nobody's really there saying, I want the job, but the pressure, seriously, is only going to mount.
Editor-in-Chief with Duncan Garner.